just burn yourself?
Yeah.
Please say yes.
Yeah. Thumb over bore. Chris Costa doesn't work all the time.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the VSO Gun Channel. Thanks for joining us here today. It's excellent to have you here, and we're filming in the vault today because I forgot to film an intro for today's video, and it's raining outside. Sorry, it's the truth. But in all seriousness, what we're talking about here today is the Ruger 1022. Fair warning for anybody out there looking for Ruger 1022s. They're pretty much made of solid unobtainium. I had to get this one directly from my point of contact at Ruger. So good luck to you guys out there. I have multiple 1022s, but I've never had a 1022 takedown before, and I want to say that this thing's really cool because it comes in its own little like carrying case, like right out of the box. It literally pull it out of the box, you separate the cardboard, and out comes a carrying case, which is really neat. These things are super popular because they're once broken down. You can see the barrel comes off the front of it, and you can put it in like a backpack or something like that for anybody who's into hiking or camping or the like. It's like that survival-esque, lightweight hunting rifle for small game. So definitely a very popular rifle. Thus, of course, why it is hard to find right now with all the craziness going around. So what I want to do with today's video is recap how we did the ultimate build on the Ruger 1022 takedown. So the first thing that I did on the ultimate build was rip into the cardboard, pull the carrying case out, never even fired the gun, and swapped it into a Magpul stock. And this thing's kind of neat because it has a storage compartment right here, and it's hinged, as you can see, and then also you have the capacity if you want to put a raised optic on it. This has just got a Trijicon RMR and a Midwest Industries low profile mount. If I was going to put a real scope on top of this thing, this can be replaced with a larger cheek riser. So that's, I think, some added functionality. And then I immediately tore into the gun and put in a binary firing system. Mother of God. So many pieces. 23 steps. This is all in English too. It's not like one of those things that has like a full book because it's got multiple languages. For those of you unfamiliar with what the binary firing system does, it has 3 modes essentially. Safe, nothing happens. And you can see here that it replaces the standard crosspin safety with a selector. You flip the selector down, you get semi-automatic mode, which most people are familiar with, which is pull the trigger, gun resets, let off the trigger, reset, second pull. The binary mode, flip the selector to the forward position, so it was in semi right there. Flip it to the binary position, and that is bang, action reciprocates, let off the trigger, bang. So essentially, what we normally think of as the sequence of cycling the trigger is actually 2 cycles of the firing mechanism, and that's why this is not a rate enhancing device. It is essentially a it cuts the sequence in half on the function of the trigger. So per standard, what we would think in our minds is cycling the trigger, it's actually 2 functions. So up to this point, we've been talking about this part of the gun. Now we're going to move to the front half of the gun, and this is pretty cool for anybody who hasn't seen a 1022 takedown put together before. Basically, this gets indexed. There's an index right there. Bolt has to be locked to the rear. Pull the index, slides right off, put it in your backpack, put it back together, push that in, rotate, and you're good to go. Now on the front of this thing, again, tore right into this thing right out of the box, tore the old barrel off, and replaced it with an elevated silence, integrally suppressed barrel. So what makes that barrel special is you can see this section right here. That is the barrel. It's 4.9 inches in length, and the rest of this is suppressor. That brings you up to overall legal length, so that it's not an NFA 2-stamp gun, but it also drops your standard bulk loads, your 550 packs and things like that that you get at your retail shops, down to subsonic level. And what that means is that you don't have to spend on expensive subsonic ammunition to have a really great time with your integrally suppressed gun. Now, this is offered in a little bit longer length. I forget exactly what it is. I'll have it annotated for anybody who wants to do some longer range shooting and still having an integrally suppressed barrel. But we selected the shorty specifically because we wanted to shoot about 1,500 rounds through this thing over the course of today's video. And that's exactly what we're going to do. So we're going to go ahead and get kitted up and go to the range and do some testing on the ultimate 10/22 takedown. So the only, I don't want to use the term issue, idiosyncrasy that we have with this setup here is because we have such a short barrel, you know, that tiny little barrel there, we don't get the full gas load or chutzpah, if you will, of the full powered ammunition because it is being dropped down to that transonic subsonic level, even with full powered ammo. Sometimes we have issues with the binary system. And the way that I've found to fix that is to just keep the gun really well lubricated. And I'm going to try to do this here. This may or may not work. But we're in binary mode. Let's see if it works. Yeah, it shoots binary right now. Yeah, so it made a liar out of me. Maybe somewhere else in the testing, I'll find an insert to put in here.
Binary.
Mm-hmm. It's not working.
Nope.
There it is. I'll shoot it in binary until it decides to start hiccuping. And what that looks like is essentially semi-automatic mode, which is really great because basically you still get normal operation. It's not like you're getting hammer follow or anything like that. On this thing, you basically revert to semi-automatic mode on the 10/22 binary trigger if it didn't make it to the binary trip.
There it started to go. It's something that you need to get the hang of a little bit.
Yeah. It's not an auto switch. And basically what that is that I have deduced is the thing gets gummed up, suppressed, short barrel, you know, complicated trigger mechanism back there, and it's not making it all the way to the rear to trip the binary, and instead it is basically reverting to the semi-automatic pull. So you still get that semi-auto pull, you just don't get the binary pull. So again, maybe I'll find an insert in there somewhere that I can stick in to show it to you guys, but essentially, if you didn't know any better, it would look normal.
Standard AK charging handle?
Right?
Nope.
Yeah, it's a 22. What can I say?
I mean, come on, man. All right, let's see.
Yeah.
Yeah, once you get the hang of it,
Yeah.
it looks pretty slick. Oh. I got another mag.
I had a whole bunch of those 25-round mags, but then Bacon visited, and I'm pretty sure I'd only have those ones left.
Yeah.
It's pretty ridiculous,
Yeah,
right?
it's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun.
So the next test that I'm going to do is I'm going to bring that thing out here with the regular 1022 and shoot them kind of like side by side to see what the kind of sound is. If it was 20 degrees colder, it'd be even better because those rounds are definitely transonic. Like if you shoot one, you hear that?
Yeah, you can hear them.
Yeah, you can hear them. So they're transonic. They're not full house. You know, they're definitely right at the sound barrier.
Pretty cool.
No, I like it a lot. It's pretty fun. Chronograph time. What we're going to do is we're going to basically shoot a couple different types of ammunition out of the Ultimate 1022, see what we're getting on the chronograph. We've got some subsonic ammunition, some fast ammunition, and some just standard bulk stuff. Cool. Alrighty guys and gals, well as you can see data on screen over here. I am not a mathematician, so I'm going to roll it on screen after doing the numbers back at the computer, and you can see what we got essentially. But wait, there's more. Elevated Silence had the hilarious idea of leaving this threaded 1/2x28. This is the Wardog K9 from Bowers. Full video out on this little 9mm can. And yes, it will indeed thread on the end. So, this is where I'm going to actually bifurcate the video. If you guys want to see it, sound off in the comment section down below, and I'll do a second video on this setup, testing out different cans on the end of this. I supposed it would be a double suppressed rifle. Here we go. Double suppressed. Alrighty guys and gals, well, data on screen over here for all of you guys that aren't mathematicians like me, and or I'm not a math, that doesn't sound right.